Okay, we're going to take a look at simplifying rational expressions now. These are the steps for simplifying. You can go ahead and pause it here if you want to take a look at this or come back to it later. I will show it again at the end of the video. Okay? All right. So, we're going to simplify rational expressions. Now, this rational expression looks a little bit different than some that you see. In the numerator and the denominator, we have just monomials, okay? But even when we're factoring monomials, we still have to take a look at factoring them completely so that we can identify the terms, the factors that are in the numerator and the denominator that are going to end up common, a over a. Remember when we have the same factor in the numerator and the denominator, then we can say that they're equal to 1, and we can simplify that factor from the rational expression. Okay, so looking at these two monomials, I can see that 12 and 16 both have a common factor of 4. That's just something I know from the pattern here. All right, so if I know that they both have a factor of 4, then I want to use that factor of 4. Okay, so I'm going to factor the numerator as 4 times 3 times 1, 2, 3 x's. Okay, now I need to factor my denominator, and the denominator is factored out as 4 times 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, that's a lot of x's. Okay. Okay. Now, once I have the numerator and the denominator factored, now I can cancel out any common factors that I see in the numerator and the denominator. Okay, so I see that I have a 4 here and here. And we're always simplifying 1 to 1. So if I have 1 in the numerator, then I can cross off 1 in the denominator. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the x's here. We have 1, 2, 3 x's that can cancel out. All right, now we have to take a look. It looks like everything in the numerator is gone except for this number 3. All right, so we have a 3 in the numerator. In the denominator, I have a 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 x's. Okay, so simplified, this expression is 3 over 4x to the 7th. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at another one. All right. Now, you see this rational expression here has a trinomial in the numerator position and another polynomial in the denominator. Okay, so when we're factoring this trinomial here, what we're looking for are going to be factors of 8 that have a sum of -2. Okay, so we know that we have x and x. C is negative, so we're going to have a positive and a negative. And then factors of 8 that have a sum of -4. Well, I know factors of 8, 4, and 2, if I have a -4 and a +2, that would give me a sum of -2. Okay? All right, now let's take a look at the denominator, because remember when we see 4 terms in a polynomial, when we factor, we want to use grouping. Okay, so we group together the first 2 terms, and then we group together the last 2 terms. Okay, now the first 2 terms, I'm going to look at these two and pull out the greatest common factor, which is 4x squared. Okay. And then inside the parentheses, what I have left is x plus 2. Okay. Now I come over here to my second 2 terms. I'm going to take out a -9 as a greatest common factor. And I have left x plus 2. Okay. Now remember, when we're using grouping, let's extend that. When we're using grouping here, we have one binomial here, and the other one is this right here. Okay, so let me just go ahead and rewrite this. I might need to make it a little smaller. So we have x plus 2, x minus 4 over 4x squared minus 9, and then x plus 2. Okay, so looking at this, I can see, well, first of all, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, we're not done factoring. And you're right, because this actually factors to 2x plus 3 and 2x minus 3. Okay, so we'll just put that there for right now. Okay. Okay, now let's compare our numerator to our denominator. Now, we see that in the numerator, we have x plus 2 and x minus 4. Now, I also have an x plus 2 in the denominator, so I can cancel those two out. And then what we're left with is x minus 4, right here in the numerator, and 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3. 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3 in our denominator position. And that is our simplified expression. Okay, so one more time. Here are the steps for simplifying rational expressions. Okay. Now go ahead and take a look at the items on your review and simplify those.